Captain Insano shows no mercy.
Straight cash, homie.
Hold on to your butts.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Basic Monsters Game Day Podcast. I'm Ivan Vargas. I got my boy Luke Nettles with me. What's up, dude? It's a weird-ass time, but I got football, right?
That's COVID.
COVID time? Dude, this is honestly, I don't understand. We were talking about this before. First of all, guys, if you didn't know, it's a weird Wednesday afternoon football game between the Ravens and the Steelers. A great rivalry game, a game that should, that a lot of us should watch, and we should have been up to watch it probably at a reasonable date. Because to me, I just felt like this was the NFL protecting a big-time primetime game, right? And they had nowhere else to fit in. They wanted to get the best players available. Because remember, Lamar was on the COVID watch list. Lamar Jackson was on there. So now you had this game that was supposed to be Thursday, got pushed back to Sunday, then gets pushed back to Tuesday, then to Wednesday, and I'm just sitting here like, man, didn't we just watch the Denver Broncos get depleted at the quarterback position, and we're forced to go out there on Sunday and play a football game?
Yep.
Like this is the confusion that for me, like, why in the world were you forcing the Denver Broncos to go out there with no quarterback, and you were catering to this game in particular? Like I've never, like, it's been, this one in particular has been the most pushed back game. Like they made sure it was played at the very least with Lamar Jackson.
And it's not even going to be that good a game. Steelers are going to trounce them. Steelers are going to trounce them. It's over. I mean, James Conner for the Steelers. Steelers defense is intact. No Ingram, no J.K. Dobbins, Mark Andrew. I mean, like, there's so many people that are still sick on this COVID thing. Like, this game is going to be ugly. Like, I don't understand why you protect this game. I would have let this one run. I'd definitely let this one run and then move to a better game to this day if that's what you were going to do. But I feel like this Steelers it's going to be a walk through the park, really. Because I mean, if Lamar Jackson plays, okay. If Robert Griffin plays, oh my God, dude, it's going to be ugly. They do still have a decent little defense, so I look for the Ravens to maybe put up a little bit of a fight. But I mean, I feel like that just the team is in whole. I feel like the Steelers are more, obviously more healthy, have better players. I don't think it's going to be a pretty game.
Well, look, the last time we saw them, the Steelers ended up coming out on top in a tight game, and Lamar was looking a little rough. It looked like they had, they looked like they had Lamar pretty much wrapped up, and they did for the majority of the game. And even his first drive, I believe, or so, he threw a pick six. In the first half. So Lamar was, the Pittsburgh Steelers were ready for Lamar, and they, honestly, like all year long, you've been seeing Lamar Jackson struggle to pass and to honestly to hold on to leads in tight games and to come back when down. Maybe 10 points, 2 touchdowns. Let's say 2 possessions, two scoring possessions. So I mean, the last game was pretty rough, especially to the end, because they had a 24-10 lead or something like that, or 24-17 lead, something like that going into the latter part of that game, and they lost that lead. And honestly, the question is like I said, can Lamar lead teams to comeback victories? And he hasn't been able to. They were able to hit him time and time again.
Yeah, no, he's definitely not turning into the quarterback they thought he would at this point. I mean, yeah, you got to respect his feet, but like, when you contain him and you make him have to beat you through the air, he's inept. I'm sorry. Kyler Murray's way farther ahead than Lamar Jackson, especially when it comes to getting the ball down the field. I mean, I understand he has hop, and Jackson doesn't really have like a true, number one wide receiver. But like Jackson is, I mean, that's really all Jackson is. He's just another running back. I mean, that's all he is. And if you're able to stop that, then man, he turns into a nothing. Like he just goes and hides in the corner or something. I don't know what he does. He can't beat you with his arm. You know, they don't have a true number one receiver, like I said, but still, I don't see a lot from Lamar that I would like to see at this point in his career. You all right there, bud?
I think it's froze.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be the Steelers big today. I'm sorry, like I don't even know if I'll watch it. The Steelers they're just on a roll. They're too hot. You know, they got too much firepower. We'll see. I don't know if they're going to run Benny Snell or who they're going to run in their backfield, but when they do, watch out, Ravens. I mean, I know the Ravens still have a little bit of a defense, but like obviously you know, you got Ben. You know, anytime you got Ben and you got what's he got now, 3-4 receivers that are dope. So anytime you got Ben and a supporting cast of you know, complementary receivers that are out there, it could beat you deep, could beat you short, could beat you across the middle, beat you over the top. Man, Ben Roethlisberger is going to take that and run with it, no questions asked. And then he's got a great defense playing behind him. You know, with Minka Fitzpatrick, greatest addition in the offseason. I was kind of jealous. I kind of wanted him, but you know, that Steelers defense is just gonna pummel Baltimore today. Jackson doesn't stand a chance. It's gonna be ugly. Excuse me. The biggest thing to watch today is going to be also the Ravens running back situation, because you have no J.K. Dobbins, you have no Mark Ingram. It's going to be Gus Edwards, and I'm sure they probably pull somebody else out. I don't know. I mean, sometimes I feel like they don't use Gus Edwards enough. Other times I feel like he's irrelevant. But with the other two guys out, you're going to get a good look at Gus Edwards today. Hopefully they keep him in the backfield. You know, with the pressure they're going to put on Ben, because I feel like the Steelers defense is just getting better every week. Able to get to the quarterback, able to stop the run, able to defend the pass, and then obviously, you know, you march Ben out on the field with those receivers, and it gets to be ugly real quick. The Ravens, I don't really know where you go from here. If your number one guy can't get it between the ears, I mean, why are we keeping him around? You know, he's not going to turn. He's never going to prosper. He's never going to turn into, you know, a Dan Marino or, you know, any of those great names. He just relies on his feet too heavy, and he doesn't. Like I said, he doesn't get it between the ears. His throws, and you're going to see it today. He's going to look. If he plays today, you'll see how bad he looks today. With no Mark Andrews, no Willie Snead. There's a couple other people that are not going to make this game, but since they're going to put this game on Lamar's back, if he does play, just let your eyes see everything you need to see and realize that Lamar Jackson, this far, you know, what is the second, third, fourth year in the NFL? He's not up to par at all. He's all
right.
He's finally back, huh?
Dude, jeez. All right. Well, anyway, where was I? We're talking about Lamar Jackson struggling in that first game against Pittsburgh, and honestly, like you said, I don't see that changing. Pittsburgh comes with the number one defense in the league, and you have a chance if you're Baltimore. You have a chance for an upset, but you have to play a damn near perfect game, especially if Lamar's not in there.
Oh, they got to play better than perfect. I mean, they're in trouble. You know, if Lamar plays, I mean, if Lamar does play, just keep your eyes on the TV and let your eyes do all your talking and reading, because you're going to see that Lamar Jackson is not a good quarterback. I mean, it's plain simple. He's fast, but he's not a good quarterback.
I think he's going to be all right as a quarterback, but he doesn't have an offensive line that's really giving him time. Plus, he doesn't have the receiver to stretch the field. You're going in there with a Willie Snead. Like,
Willie Snead's out too.
Where's Hollywood Brown? I thought Hollywood Brown was going to be, was going to be the guy, and he has been nowhere to be found, really. I mean, he caught a touchdown pass last week. He almost had an amazing touchdown grab, but that was called back. I mean, he ended up answering that by scoring another touchdown scoring the touchdown right after that. But where is that? Where's the stretching of the field for Lamar?
There isn't any. Mark Andrews is the one that stretches the offense for the Baltimore Ravens. Like I said, I don't know. I don't believe in Lamar. I never really did. He's great. He's a Michael Vick kind of guy. He can run a lot. That's great. But running a lot doesn't get you 30 yards down the field. Doesn't get you 40 yards down the field. It can, but it's going to be far and few between. You're exactly right. No, Hollywood Brown, who cares? I don't care who your relation is. Just show up and play. But yeah, it's gonna be an ugly game. That Steelers defense is gonna get after them, and they're gonna make Baltimore look bad today for sure.
Well, I mean, they did look. They made them look bad last game, and honestly, that was late. Baltimore had that game. They had that game in hand, I would say, and then they gave it up. It just doesn't seem like they rose to the occasion in that last game. They went up 24 points, and I don't know if they just took their foot off the gas or what, but the Pittsburgh Steelers came roaring back and they won 28-24. That's you have to be able to win those games if you're Baltimore. I compare it to Bears Packers. You have to win. Vikings pack anybody against the Packers in our division, but you have to be able to win those games. And if you don't win these games, these close ones, you're going to always look back and think, man, which play was the one? I go back to that game, that Bears Packers game, the Chris Conte game, where Randall Cobb got behind him. I could go back and point to quite a few plays, but in the end, you have to be able to execute that. You can't make any excuses. You have to be able to do it out on the field when needed, and they just didn't. They ran well, but Lamar Jackson threw a pick six, and he threw another interception that really didn't help things either. So it's about his accuracy. It's about his. It's about his accuracy, and it's about the timing he has with his receivers.
Yeah, and on top of it, you don't even know if he's going to play. It may be RG3, and we all know how that goes. So the Steelers. I feel like the Steelers, all they have to do today is just pin their ears back and come after the quarterback, and this game is going to just fall right in their lap.
We'll see. I just hope we have a good game. It's a weird game, a weird time to have a game. Like I said, I think they catered a little bit to these guys. I feel like the NFL catered to this game, and like I said, think about Denver. Think about that.
Yeah.
Think about Denver had they had to go and get a practice squad receiver. They had a coach that wanted to play quarterback. Exactly. A coach that wanted to play quarterback. Find a way. I don't understand. Yeah. This to me that you cater to trying to get the best possible game you can out in the field competition wise. When one of your teams in the league didn't have that opportunity.
Yeah, and it's there's just a lot of people that are affected by this COVID thing with Baltimore. So now you cater to make them move, put them over here and make them shine. But guess what? There's nobody out there to shine. It's going to be a lot of backups on that offense, especially today for the Ravens. J.K. Dobbins out, Mark Ingram out, Lamar Jackson possibly out, Willie Snead out. It's going to be. It
gets bad. It gets bad.
Real quick.
It gets real bad. And to be honest, you can expect a tight game, but when you have somebody's number, and I think Pittsburgh, they're on the way to having this team's number.
Mm-hmm.
It can get ugly, regardless of who you have on the team. There needs to be some tight end play. You need to start hitting your tight ends. If you're Baltimore, you need to make sure, because they ran for over 100 yards as a team, but you don't have J.K. Dobbins this game. You don't have Mark Ingram this game. You only have Gus Edwards, and that's it. And so you're gonna have to make it a point to run the football. And I think Lamar's going to have to be able to run the football as well. Now that puts him in a position where he can turn over the football. Now you have two opportunities to turn over the football because you know you're going to be running. You know they're going to need you to rush. They're going to call QB running plays.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So protecting the ball, you can't have you can't have a pick six like you did last game. And the funny part about that interception was when I was watching it, it was a lazy ass pass.
Mm-hmm.
A lazy ass pass. When Lamar throws a pick, they always seem to be a lazy ass interception. Like that, like the ball was like he thought he was gonna flick his wrist and the ball was gonna get there, on a dime. And I'm just sitting there like, come on, Lamar. I know your arm's strong, but it ain't that strong, bro.
Right.
You step up in the pocket and you put an emphasis on where you want to throw.
Yeah, it's that's crazy. It's gonna be. I don't even know if Lamar's gonna actually play. I mean, I don't know if they've got him scratched or what, but I have seen a lot of talk about Griffin, and I'm sorry, I don't care. Lamar Jackson is to me, it's just he's not that great a quarterback. I mean, he's fast, that's great. He can create, but he can't convert.
Even with Griffin, you're still gonna have same thing with RG3. You're gonna need him to run a little bit in order to get because you only have one running back.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna need him to be perfect. He cannot turn over the ball through the air or on the ground.
Yeah, I mean
Baltimore has a shot. They have the number 4 defense in the league.
Yeah,
they have a shot. They can't make a mistake. That's the main thing. You can't make a mistake in this game in particular.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you what happened when they changed this game over to whether it be last night or today. I mean, all the pressure fell on the Baltimore quarterback. I don't care if it's RG3 or Lamar Jackson. Without the weapons that you're without the guys that aren't going to be on the field, you're going to have a hell of a time trying to move that ball. And I look for this Steelers defense just to eat. And I'm gonna put this game at 35-17.
35-17 Steelers.
Yep.
Man, I'm gonna give them a little more credit than that, regardless of who plays quarterback, because RG3 is a guy I could see actually finding some success. But I still think Pittsburgh's going to pull it off. I just think it's going to be a little closer than that. I'm going to go Pittsburgh 23, Baltimore 10.
Wow. Only giving them 10 points with that. Having talking all that RG3 success, and then you only give them 10 points. What's up?
Well, the final score doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be
right. You can still have a great game and only score 10.
I could see the Pittsburgh Steelers scoring late. A late touchdown, and you know what I'm saying, that's I only have them winning by 13, so I see a late touchdown to seal it, and then you have a final drive by the Ravens that goes to nothing. So I could see it like that, where a late touchdown for Pittsburgh really seals the deal for them.
Yeah, I just feel like that Steelers offense is much more capable, and I feel like they're gonna just keep that Baltimore defense on the field longer than they want to be. Long drives, touchdowns, long drives, touchdowns. So I just see, I mean, Baltimore still, like you said, Baltimore does still have a good defense, but Pittsburgh has their receivers. They have the only thing what are they missing? James Conner.
Right.
So we'll have to keep an eye on that running back situation. But I feel like the Steelers are just going to be able to just wear out Baltimore basically by keeping their defense on the field longer.
No, I couldn't disagree with you, dude. I mean, it makes sense. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up here. We will get to you guys at the half of Steelers and Ravens. I hope it's a good game, man. I really hope it's
I do too.
Game. I got my wine with me.
Got
a little smoke. Gonna go find something to eat. Probably, just settle into the lazy boy and see and hopefully watch a good game. I mean, I know they're gonna have a couple of depleted units, but shit, it's football, man. Show up.
Yeah. Next one up.
All right, everybody. You've been watching the Basement Monsters podcast on SportsZone Chicago. We'll see you at halftime.
Captain Insano shows no mercy.
Straight cash, homie.
on to your butts.